live on 2K Sports. We've got the excitement of the NBA for you tonight. You're alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. I'm Kevin Hart.
All right.
The New Orleans Pelicans preparing to defend home court in this Western
against these
Conference
Mavericks.
And this is the first time they've matched up with the Mavericks
Their
this year.
defense is
Guys,
gonna
they
be a
got
problem.
swept in last year's series. You know, that's the first and foremost thing in their minds as they look to turn the tables this time around.
Well, these two clubs have 4 divisional battles to play this season, so let's get ready to enjoy this first one.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Dallas. Monte is the 2 with Parsons playing the small forward. Dirk and Chandler up front, and it's Rondo in at the point. Al Holiday, Dirk Nowitzki missing from long range. Just 5 on the clock. Gordon kicks to Anderson, and there's the feed to Holiday. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. Steve touched on it, Clark. 4 games between them this season. There's no way those games won't have a lot to do with how this division is going to shape up at the end of the year.
Kevin, there's no question about that at all. I mean, this series is going to have a huge influence on the playoff race, not just for these 2 teams, but for the rest of the division as well.
And it's Gordon finishing it off.
And the defense paying instant dividends. Fast break basket.
Yeah, that transition was immediate.
Well, my
Didn't waste a
controller's
second
sick on
getting
that
out
one.
on the break.
Looking at the last game for the New Orleans Pelicans, it was a win against the Magic.
And that game, guys, was really a perfect example of how important your bench can be. I thought the reserve production was really the key.
Exactly. That was where a lot of their scoring came from. It was a big game for the backups.
Now here's Ellis. Trying his luck deep. Ashik pulls it in. And so here's New Orleans. A 3 from Anderson, and that is good. Anderson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Ellis dishes to Nowitzki. Back to Ellis. From the baseline. And that one's good.
Well, Dallas coach Rick Carlisle has demonstrated his versatility throughout his coaching stops in Detroit, Indiana, and Dallas. Not really a system coach. He adapts to the talent that he has on each individual team and goes accordingly.
Here is Anderson after the made shot from Monte Ellis. Anderson passes to Gordon. Davis with a screen on Ellis. Gordon. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And Carlisle presiding over a more half-court, station-to-station style of play in Detroit and Indiana. He's embraced a more up-tempo style, it seems, in Dallas.
Yeah, and he's got an offensively gifted team with the Mavs, and he's always been an innovator using zone defenses to hide weaker defenders and to keep opponents off balance. And again, another example of how the outstanding coaches don't stand pat. They're always learning, growing, and adjusting to give their teams the best chance to win.
Good thought.
Although the Pelicans played some tough games against the West last season, they still showed their youth when it came to competing against the better teams.
Now here's Rondo. Back to Ellis. Parsons attacking. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
That was a layup. I mean, you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
Now here is Holiday. His last outing, he had 8 points. And Davis now top of the key. Kicks it to Anderson. Fires the 3. No good. Mavericks trailed by 5. A chance now to go to Dorisburg, who had a chance to talk with Rick Carlisle.
He said that one player he's really wary of is Anthony Davis, adding he can impact the game in so many ways.
Ain't too much worried about
Defense,
you.
shot blocking, rebounding, and scoring. He's still adding muscle, and we've got to capitalize on that strength advantage at both ends. Kevin, that's the MO for any young player. We'll see how he stands up to it.
And thank you for that, Doris. As you said, although the Pelicans gave some teams trouble last year in the West, but overall, Steve, the conference was just too much for them.
Yeah, 15 wins against the rest of the West, and they do have a lot of work to do before they're viewed as a threat in the conference, but they're getting there.
Now here's Rondo after Eric Gordon's miss. Ellis left side. Parsons sets a screen for Ellis. first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
You know, with Dirk, he has the type of game where he might be able to play till he's 50. I mean, the way he shoots the ball and creates offense for his teammates, it wouldn't shock me if he was around Dallas for a few more years.
Right now, let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see the teams that really knew how to clog the passing lanes last season. 5th, the Mavericks.
Well, when you talk about teams that had a great defense last year, you got to mention these guys. I mean, they were great at finding ways to come up with the ball. Deflections, loose balls, and steals.
Pelicans leading by 3. And Nowitzki signing a new contract with the Mavs and discount. In fact, Clark, one of the biggest discounts I think his superstar has ever given his hometown team, trying to give them cap space to add some top talent.
Yeah, I like seeing that because guys like Nowitzki and others that have made tremendous amounts of money are now at the point in their careers where they understand it's about trying to win and be competitive and contend for championships. And not surprised, though, Dirk has been a model in every way since he's been in the league as a player and as a coach.
Parsons with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. And Parsons kicks to Ellis. Nowitzki with the screen on Holiday. Nowitzki gets a wide open look. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Ashik's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And that was a bad drive.
Ball's knocked loose, taken away by Holiday. Gordon with it. He dishes it to Holiday. Back to Gordon. The pass to Davis. Fader on the way. That's good. Davis has got his first basket.
He was one step ahead of the defense when he fired that pass.
I had right on Rondo down there on me. I had to take advantage of that.
Pass to Parsons. There's the dish to Ellis. Dallas moving the ball around. Rondo kicks to Ellis. Expanding his range. Dallas no good that time either. New Orleans has gone 1 or 2 for long runs in the first quarter. Gordon with it. Now guarded by Parsons. Here's Holiday. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Great D that time from Rondo.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
Now here's Rondo. Dishes to Nowitzki. He kicks it to Ellis. The shot from the low post is good. Ellis has got 6 points.
Nice shot.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Well, Monte Ellis put in a great position to succeed in Dallas, certainly, with the players he had around him. Rick Carlisle, the coach. They set the high pick for him on the left side, so Steve, he can drive to his right.
Shows you what a great coach can do, Kevin. You just put players in positions to succeed and alongside players who can complement him. It just seemed like the perfect fit for Ellis, and he took advantage of that.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Stoudemire's checked in for Chandler. Aminu comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Evan Harris is checked in for Ellis. And Barea subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Dallas gets called for the foul.
And Monte, a force off the dribble last season. He led the league in drives to the rim, points off the drive, and team points created when you include his assist number. Again, the Mavs are playing to his strengths and reaping the benefits. This guy has always been one of the very best at attacking the goal. And I think as he's matured in his career, the fit in Dallas has been good. And I think he's grown in efficiency along with that lethal way that he attacks the rim.
Parsons dishes to Barea out to the right wing. And Stoudemire in the corner. Evans with the steal. Here's Pondexter, guarded by Barea. Here's Evans. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And Ellis, the leading assist man and second leading scorer on one of the league's 3 best offenses. He's quickly shedding the criticisms of being an inefficient gunner.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition.
Now, here's Aminu. Pass to Harris. Feeds it to Parsons. And that one's good.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
41 seconds left in the first quarter. Pelicans leading by 6. Evans outside. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's on Al-Farouq Aminu.
Tyreek Evans is an athletic slashing guard. He's really gifted at getting to the rim. But I think his outside shot, the inconsistency of his outside shot has held him back a bit. Ironically, he's a pretty good free throw shooter, but still lacks that touch from mid-range on field goal attempts.
And Evans has worked diligently on his shooting. He had a bad habit of fading back on every jump shot early in his career, so he's tried to shoot with a more traditional motion.
And Evans over his career has bounced around a little bit position-wise. He played point guard at Memphis and coming into the NBA. And then some small forward. What do you think his best position is?
I think he's one of those guys that probably is a playmaking small forward or 2-guard. He's got ball handling skills that allow him to make plays. He can score. He's strong. His wingspan allows him to play bigger than he is. But I think he's a playmaking 2 or 3.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Pelicans ahead, leading by 7. On New Orleans, back in a moment.
Tune in next Wednesday, November 5th. Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers go up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. It's the real deal.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Yeah, the defense has been terrific. They came out right from the beginning alert and focused, and they've been really good at that end of the floor.
And I think Coach has to be pleased with the effort feat.
We've got Quincy Pondexter. Alexis Ajinça is out there with Luke Bennett. Then it's Norris Cole, and it's Evans in at the small forward. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Mavericks trail by 10. Harris passes to Barea. Takes it off the glass. Here's Evans.
Come on.
The miss.
That's not an opportunity he fails to convert very often.
He feeds it to Barea. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. And Aminu kicks to Barea. 6 to shoot. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
That's a shot that he sometimes struggles with, but you can't fault him for taking it when the defense backs off like that.
Passes to Cole. And here is Pondexter. Here's Cole. There's the feed to Evans. Pondexter from outside. And it's good. Pondexter's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Mavericks trailed by 11.
So often what you're able to do on the road defines who you are as a team in the Western Conference, where you'll finish in that conference. Lucky for Dallas. They were a very strong road team.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Dallas with 23 road wins, as you said. And that seemed to be the difference for them getting back to the playoff picture and driving the Spurs all the way to 7 games in 1 game.
Both teams changing it up here. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, over that last break, break, I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle said to his team. If what he talked about is a true indication, the pick and roll is going to be their go-to play from now on. He sees that as being their best option offensively. The other thing he stressed was the need to be disciplined on offense. He asked for good ball movement and good shot selection. Guys, they've got a decent hole to dig themselves out of, but still a lot of time left to do it. We'll see if those adjustments help.
Thank you, Doris. Well, Clark, you look at why the Mavs are so good on the road. They just weren't affected by the change in venue.
Yeah, they were top 3 in shooting as a road team right behind the Heat and the Spurs, unfazed by being away from home.
Here's Douglas after Dirk Nowitzki's bucket. Fredette kicks to Davis. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Now here's Rondo. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Nowitzki outside. Kicks it to Aminu. And here's Ellis for 3. And yes, sir, that one drops.
After digging themselves that hole in the first quarter, this club is starting to shoot the ball much better now.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it takes a little while to work out the knots. I mean, they're starting to put it together.
Now, here is Fredette. He dishes it to Davis. Fires from the wing. Cannot hit.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Rondo kicks to Aminu. Now the pass to Chandler. Outside Rondo. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Nowitzki can't get it to go. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Douglas dishes to Evans. Davis setting the pick for Evans. Pass to Davis. That doesn't go either for Davis.
Monte Ellis is only 6'3", but makes his living in the lane. One of the truly outstanding finishers.
Look at that mismatch. I know I got to go help him.
Small guard who is relentless in attacking the rim off the dribble.
Still ain't do no good.
Here is Douglas.
Got to change the matchup on Dirk. Who was on him?
The dish to Fredette. Goes up the baseline. That doesn't go either for Davis.
That was good defense, Tyson Jones.
Not quitting on the play and getting a hand in the face.
Sure do it. With a tough defender breathing down your neck, that makes it not an easy shot.
You know, when he's in that tight, that kind of height advantage over
Should
the
have pump
defender,
faked it.
that's going to be a pretty easy play for him.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Well, it's been said about Rajon Rondo that he's the smartest guy in the room and also might be the most stubborn. He's got a terrific IQ for the game, but he's opinionated. We've seen him butt heads with coaches in high school, college, and the pros, but that certainly doesn't take away from his greatness. He's a winner, a champion, and a terrific point guard.
Well, you're right. It has fueled his rise, whether it was at Kentucky, growing up in Louisville, or certainly playing with the Boston Celtics. Among some very important players, Hall of Famers, and Garnett and Paul Pierce. He may have needed a little bit of that just to kind of clear the clutter and show that he could be a leader. Here's Rondo after Drew Holiday scored. Here's Aminu. The push-out, and Chandler throws it down.
Boy, they really started to come on here in the second.
Playing much better here, guys, and it looks like they're starting to make up some ground. We'll see if that can continue.
Now here is Holiday. Anderson outside. Fires the 3. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Anderson's got 6.
And Rondo has said he'd like to be a coach when his playing days are done, despite his dust-ups with former coach Doc Rivers. You know, he says he studied his ways and learned a lot from him. Definitely a lot of respect there.
Here's Rondo. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And the basket by Nowitzki.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
New Orleans leading by 5. And Rondo had said that his knee injury has made him humbler and certainly more appreciative of the NBA and his God-given gifts and not skipping steps in his approach now to the game.
Yeah, you know, but he did skip a flight with the Celtics last season. He stayed in L.A. to celebrate his birthday. That's not exactly how you want to go about your work.
Now here's Ellis. Following the miss by Anthony Davis. Rondo passes to Aminu. Here's Nowitzki. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You wonder when you look back at it, just how significant a win Dirk had when he was able to get his championship win.
Guys, you can tell how much it meant to Nowitzki to win that 2011 title. Validation and winning again. Really now his motivation as he continues to play.
Well, he said at this age, for him to keep playing at a high level, it takes tremendous dedication year-round, and he needs to feel that they can contend to keep himself warm.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Stoudemire's checked in for Chandler. Parsons comes in for Al Farouk Aminu. Devin Harris subbed in for Rajon Rondo. That drops. 6 points for Anthony Davis.
Boy, he really used his height there.
He sure did, Steve. I mean, a nice touch on that shot.
Harris outside. Nowitzki inside. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. 9 points for Nowitzki.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Now here is Holiday. Anderson kicks to Holiday. Now Gordon. And he goes in for the dunk. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
Harris dishes to Stoudemire. 44 seconds left to play here in the half. Out to the wing. From about 16, it's good, and the New Orleans lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Nowitzki.
I'll tell you what, he's made more than a few of those in his career.
Looking at Dallas, they took that win in their last game against Utah.
Yeah, that was a strange game. Very shaky defensive performance by their opponent, but hey, they took advantage of it.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard as they should have.
A free run to the hoop and some thunder on the finish.
Not exactly the way the D would have drawn that one up.
And when you got the space, you might as well throw it down. That's what I always used to do.
Harris outside. Nowitzki with the screen on Holiday. Here's Parsons. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Assist from Devin Harris.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball. They've led by as many as 11 points. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. And released it in time, but it's off the mark.
Dang.
And the first half ends in a close one. Pelicans lead by 4. New Orleans back in a moment. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Dirk Nowitzki having a dominant impact in this game.
Yeah, dude is
Like he
dominant,
made
I ain't gonna lie.
everything he got. I mean, anytime he had an open look, he took advantage of the opportunity there in that first half.
And Steve, they were all good looks. I mean, his shot selection has been terrific throughout the game.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Dirk and Chandler up front. Monte is the 2. Parsons playing the small forward. And it's Rondo in at the point. Mavericks trailed by 6.
Well, the Mavs took some heat when they opted not to try to defend their 2011 champions.
Nice pass.
Players opting for cap room instead. And, you know, they've swung and missed on some big names, but they've put together a really deep club with some very smart signings.
Here's Holiday following the score by Dallas. Davis in the corner. Fade away. Another one falls for New Orleans.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
The Maverick shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. Rondo passes to Nowitzki. And Dallas again with the bucket.
Dirk Nowitzki homing in on offense.
Yeah, I cannot stop this dude.
New Orleans leading by 4.
That's for somebody on them.
By New Orleans. Now let's
this ain't working.
On the sideline.
Well, guys, Monte Ellis joined the Mavs last season, and Coach Rick Carlisle said, "We love him. He's been a godsend. He fits what we're doing.
I got Anthony Davis on him.
He's been extremely coachable, and he's a rise-to-the-moment player. Just a great competitor." Kevin, they've made great use of his slashing ability.
One of the best offenses in the league.
Why are you switching off from him? I guess
now here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best teams from
last two
three-point land a year
shots
ago.
he made.
Second, the Mavericks.
Anthony Davis was nowhere
A
in the
solid
pitch.
three-point game can be the cornerstone of an effective offense. I mean, it adds a little pop and punch to what a team is doing offensively. And last year, this team was not made up of just good three-point shooters. They had great three-point shooters.
And it's Gordon missing. Mavericks trail by 4. In low to Ellis. Here's Chandler. Blocked. Now here is Holiday.
Come on, second pick.
5 to shoot. This is to Davis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists tonight.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Dallas calls timeout. And during the timeout, both coaches getting a chance here to review the strategy at this point of the game, along with the discussions. Also some rehydration going on with Gatorade. Everyone trying to bring their top game here tonight.
Yeah, that's why you see the trainers going around to every player, making sure they're hydrated, they're getting enough to drink during the game.
And Davis told Dirt I could play too.
Hydrate yourself and keep yourself strong and ready to play for these big minutes down the stretch.
Well, let's take a look at where New Orleans ended up rank-wise in the league last year, Kevin. First in blocks, 6th in three-point field goal percentage, and they were top 10 in fewest team turnovers. This team has a number of players that take care of the ball and value every possession.
And the thing that really jumps out at me when you talk about all those stats, Clark, is the blocks, because number 1 in the league, obviously really protecting the paint. They had good length, a lot of depth, and the overall team defense, the rotations was really solid because we saw players across their roster blocking shots.
Rajon Rondo returning to action in mid-January of 2014, a little less than a year after his ACL tear.
That was a good foul.
And Steve, he looked pretty good.
Good
He
foul.
did. His shooting percentages were down, but rebounding and passing as well as he ever has. Rondo, I think this year will be much more effective now that he's got some reps back on that team.
And Rondo's field percentage dipped. He's shot a lot more three-pointers than ever before in this career. Coming off that injury, maybe not looking to drive as much as in the past. He hit that three-point shot at about 29%. I think he's got to get that mark up. If he does, he could really be good.
Well, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this league.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
And here are the Pelicans now, following the score by Dallas. Anderson's shot is off.
Wide open.
And Rondo tried
I had to shoot that. I really didn't want to shoot it, but it was too wide open.
Season rehab was shot well.
Outside Rondo. Here's Nowitzki. Will not go. This is off the front iron. New Orleans leading by 6. Anderson with the ball. Picked up by Nowitzki. And Anderson gets to Holiday. Davis with a screen on Rondo. Holiday goes in. Gordon with no one around. No good on the triple. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. On the wing, Chandler. Nowitzki sets a screen for Chandler.
I'm not even worried about
He kicks to
that.
Nowitzki. And too long on the shot. The Pelicans have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Holiday dishes to Gordon. Anderson outside. Pass to Davis. A jump up. Good work defensively by Nowitzki.
Good percentage shot, though. That's one they'll take any day of the week.
It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. That one is on Holiday.
I had to foul.
Nowitzki playing very well. 13 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
Yeah, he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense. He's playing the passing lanes, trying to put as much pressure on as possible.
And that one falls for Nowitzki.
This New Orleans team is now in their 2nd season as the Pelicans. The name, which was subject to some critique early on, has actually turned out to be nice for the franchise with a new group of players, new ownership, and it fits nicely into creating a new identity.
Here's Cole. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Shoots a 3. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound. Nowitzki's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
Yeah, they've been really strong in the paint, battling the glass.
Now, here's Aminu. Nowitzki gets a wide open look. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Nowitzki's got 6 points in the quarter. And here are the Pelicans now.
Slow this thing down.
They've led by as many as 11 points.
I think they're baiting me with some of these shots.
Evans goes in.
Tyreek Evans signed and traded to the Pelicans last season with a big
Like they
$4-year,
want me to take it.
$44 million contract. Pretty big vote of confidence for a guy whose minutes had gone down every year after his phenomenal rookie season.
And last season, some issues between Tyreek Evans and Coach Monty Williams. By the trade deadline, even rumored the Pelicans looking to trade him.
Yeah, I kind of heard those rumblings, too. Evans expressed confusion about his role. Williams said that it had been an adjustment coaching him, criticized his mid-range game. Wires got crossed up and tangled a little bit, and hopefully they'll be able to get on the same page going forward.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Stoudemire comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Harris subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Feeds to Aminu. Dallas moving it around. Shot clock at 6. That one's good. The New Orleans lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Barea.
Beautiful job angling his body, shielding the big man from the ball on his way to the basket.
That's really the only way to do it if you're going to take it down there amongst the tall trees.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Pelicans.
And they keep piling up the assists, guys. Great ball movement.
They've consistently drilled the mid-range jumper tonight as well, which has forced the D to come out on them.
J.J. Barea, quick scoring guard, great attacking off of pick and rolls. And for his size, I'll tell you what, he has an impressive ability to finish around the rim.
Here's Cole. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pondexter, no good. For Dallas, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Aminu, the pass to Harris. Stoudemire kicks to Aminu for the lead. And he misses the go-ahead basket. And for Barea, just 6.
Incredible. Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
Mavericks trailed by 3. He feeds it to Stoudemire. Passes it to Barea. Harris outside. And Stoudemire in the corner. Back to Harris with a tie. Dallas, no good that time either. New Orleans gotten off to a very slow start from 3-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. A nice shot by Pondexter.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Barea with it. He's got 5. Stoudemire, the screen. Barea dishes to Aminu. In the corner, it's Harris. And he's good on the 3-ball.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass
He
it.
made that shot.
1:05 left to play in the third. The Pelicans have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Evans kicks to Cole. The feed now to Pondexter. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Chandler the pass to Berea. Chandler with the screen on Evans. Berea dishes to Chandler. Harris outside. Harris missing again. New Orleans in the lead. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Cole. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. That's a 2 from Babbitt. That one wide left.
Good close game, though.
Still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. New Orleans on top, up by 2. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us.
The new season in the NBA rolls on. Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs take on James Harden and the Houston Rockets. Live next Thursday night. Don't miss it.
The Mavericks shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. Gordon is the 2 with Evans playing small forward. Davis and Ashik patrol the paint. And it's Douglas in the point guard. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. There's the bucket. Good.
You know, as soon as he got an opening, he let it fly. That was a
How
big
the hell
shot
did he
there.
make that?
Well, for New Orleans, shooting 47% from the floor. Getting it done. Evans outside. Kicks it to Davis. A jump up, that's good.
He has picked it up here in the second half, really lighting it up now.
The Mavericks trailing. And here's Rondo. Stoudemire setting the pick for Rondo. He dishes it to Nowitzki. Ellis kicks to Parsons. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. 11 points for Chandler Parsons.
Wow, what a big three-pointer, and if he's got his shooting stroke going, he could be the closer for them in this game.
Evans attacking.
Tore it down that time.
This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the Duke continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
How frustrating Steve is on
No, I just, you know what, come on, I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Just 5 to shoot. Ellis can't get it to go.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
Douglas. Goes back up. And
Come on,
rebounded by
Ashton.
Dallas. Rondo's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
They need to fix that next
Parsons
year.
outside. Back
These
to
men
Rondo.
need to finish better in the paint.
There's the pass to Nowitzki. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
With a young athletic team, talented at getting to the rim, it made sense for the Pelicans to play more up-tempo. 2 seasons ago, they played the slowest pace in the league, but last year made a real effort to speed things up.
And with the Pelicans, part
call
of
a
picking up the
flagrant?
pace, also trading some turnovers. But back in the 2012-13 season, this team was dead last in steals.
And that was one of the areas
Oh, no.
where they really made some improvement as a team with very good turnover differential, which is always nice to see. They took care of the ball offensively and really tried to pressure and create turnovers defensively.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Anderson, he's checked in for Evans. And it's Holiday in for Tony Douglas.
Come on,
That's another
fellas.
good rebound for him. Hasn't mattered at all that he's given up some inches to a few of the other guys on the floor.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Rondo kicks to Ellis. Dallas again missing. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And it's
Come
missing.
on.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Nowitzki. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Ellis has got his 4th assist in this one.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Davis. Back to Holiday. The 3 from Anderson. And he gets it to go.
That's demoralizing. They needed to stop there, and instead they give up 3 points on an open look.
Dallas calls timeout.
You know, Ryan Anderson really was set up to have a big year last year. When he was on the floor, he was a laser. An absolute dead-eye shooter, but when you look at last season, all you can really take away is that he struggled to stay healthy.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle was saying to the team. He told them, this is it, fellas. Let's hit them right out of this timeout. Put some pressure on them. Show them how much you want it. Let's go get it. Guys, he's really exhorting them to give them a burst of energy.
And that injury for Ryan Anderson, scary stuff. Hit from behind by Gerald Wallace. I can picture it in my mind right now on that rebound play. And Steve suffered a herniated disc in his neck.
That never saw it coming. It was really a scary injury, and obviously we hope that Ryan is back and healthy because he's a great player and still so young. He's got a ton of great basketball left in him and one of the best floor spacing 4-men in the NBA.
Now here's Rondo following the miss by Anthony Davis. Nowitzki left side. There's the dish to Parsons. Clock at 4. A baseline J. Again, the Mavericks score.
I love it when a player like this shakes off a poor first half and comes back strong like he has, showing a lot of confidence in his game.
Now here is Holiday. Outside Gordon. Second chance shot. And Davis can't get it to go. The Mavericks leading. Clark, this offense has really been clicking.
No doubt about it, giving the defense all kinds of trouble.
And they're playing with so much energy offensively. The ball is really moving.
Now here's Stoudemire. Rondo with it. Dishes it to Nowitzki. On target from 13 feet. Nowitzki's got 25 points in the game.
So that mid-range jump shot, maybe an underutilized tool in today's NBA,
Stop
but it's
that
really
boy.
serving
I cannot
this team
stop
well.
Winston.
In fact, it very well might be the strongest area of their game offensively.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to
Nothing
talk
you
it
can really
over.
do but just
It's
hope
been
he
quite a
missed.
game for Dirk Nowitzki.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
That's the only thing I can do.
Here's Holiday.
Hold on for dear life.
Outside Gordon. He kicks it to Anderson. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Davis. Puts the fade away right on the money.
He can finish in the post. That's one thing we know about him.
The Mavericks have gone 6 and 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Rondo passes to Nowitzki. Rondo
Trying to help out.
Nowitzki.
Trying to
They
double him on the
team
slip.
Nowitzki. Rondo can't get it to go.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Easy call there.
No question about that one. You could hear the impact from where I am.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Dallas?
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
And that's helped with their passing game, too, because they're getting a lot of assists by sharing the ball and moving it.
Tyson Chandler is checked in for Stoudemire. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Rondo against Holiday. It's stolen by Davis. And Anderson slams it in. There is just no way Clark could tell who's going to pull this one out.
You know what, Kevin? I think looking at this game, it may very well come down to one crucial key play.
Yeah, 6 lead changes so far. So which team can come up with that big play you're talking about, Clark? That's going to be interesting.
Dallas calls timeout. They're losing by 2. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter.
I'm just trying to get the dirt right now. I am trying to bubble the hell out of him. I ain't worried about Rondo.
1:51 left in the game. Here's Rondo. Nowitzki with the screen on Holiday. Here's Parsons. And he drops it in from the low post. Parsons got it all tied up now for the Mavs.
He is feeling it. A terrific percentage from the field.
For New Orleans, they've gone 5 of 12 in the field entering the fourth quarter. Davis setting the pick for Holiday. Outside, Davis. Shot by Gordon, wide open.
Yes.
And that one falls, coming off of Davis's speed. And that's 13 points for Eric Gordon. Mavericks trail by 3. Rondo kicks to Nowitzki. Taken away by Holiday. Goes up. Now they try and finish the break. Around with it.
Boy, their defense making an impact here late, Kevin.
And straight off the steal, Clark, a perfectly run fast break ends in a slam dunk.
That could be a huge 4-point swing in this game.
The Mavericks have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. And some solid looks for them. Rondo passes to Nowitzki. Offensive rebound. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Now here's Holiday. To the left side lane. 5 to shoot. Here's Davis. Good.
Yes.
The Mavericks have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots.
These are incredible rebounding numbers. I'm not sure if we've ever seen anything like this, Paul.
Well, that's for sure, Steve. I mean, a superhuman performance on the backboard. Well done.
New Orleans making a switch here. Evans is checked in. Here's Holiday. And an intentional foul right there. Drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good. Rondo dishes to Parsons. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Defense pretty much helpless there, stopping that layup. I think too much of a mismatch in terms of height.
Holiday with it.
Get away.
And now they foul and stop the clock.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. I mean, that's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Dallas calls timeout. They trail by 6. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
I think they have to go for a 3 right now, don't you, Clark?
Yeah, I don't think they have any choice but to go for the 3, Steve.
so it's Dallas with it. Parsons for three. And the miss by Parsons. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
That's his second personal foul. Fifth team foul. Shooting for New Orleans, Anthony Davis. At the line for two.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
What a game he played. God, what a game he played. This dude is a beast. I'm glad he played for my team. What a game he played. He got 21 points.
And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. Here's Barea. So New Orleans wins it. They put
on both our home games. Now we got to go on the road. Gotta play like this on the road.
I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
And now down to Doris.
Missed 3 games. That's on the road.
Player of the game, Doris.
Well, Anthony, certainly a great win here tonight. What was the key to what this team is doing right now when you guys are playing like this?
Yeah, we just got to stay aggressive. And we just did that in the second half. It started in the first quarter when we came out. Our offense was clicking, but most important, our defense was clicking. And when you do that, it's hard to do that.
Stay aggressive, Anthony. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kelly.
Gotta go on the road our next couple of games. Then we got Spurs and
See
Cleveland.
you next time as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.